2021 is over, and we are now in 2022.
2020 was crazy. 2021 was not as crazy. I mean, it was still weird, but
More mellow.
It was more mellow.
We're going to go month by month and just point out any highlights or lowlights that happened.
What happened in January?
Well, we started off the year in Salt Lake for a little New Year's celebration.
I snowboarded a lot at Park City. Oh, I think the biggest thing from January was the insurrection. There were a lot of people that were unhappy with the results of the election, and so they decided to storm the Capitol building. So that was pretty crazy. And also, Joe Biden was officially elected president. Pretty mellow January.
Just birthday celebrations.
Yeah.
I, at the end of January, went to Arizona to visit Anna and family. We pierced each other's ears, which turned out okay.
February, I think I just snowboarded more. Took a couple FPV videos up the canyon, so that was cool. Oh, at work we had like our company kickoff, and they gave everybody a Oculus Quest 2 VR headset to do this virtual company kickoff interactions, and I had fun. I thought it was cool.
Also in this month, I got stranded in 4-degree weather in Park City thanks to an issue with the Xterra's battery, and I had to come get saved by Bronson and some friends. It sucked. It was so cold. Yeah, I don't have like a ton going on here in February, which means there's probably a lot of just hanging out at home while still working from home. Should know, we are still working from home.
I also did the flooring in February. So we put in laminate wood look flooring in our condo.
March. This is when I feel like we started really like ramping up to move.
Yeah.
Like we were like taking property listing photos, like looking into like renting out our condo like a ton. Did we know? We must have decided in either February or March where we were moving.
I mean, by March we knew
We
because
knew,
we were looking into apartments here. Here being Chicago. We live in Chicago now. That was probably the biggest part about 2021.
Yeah. A lot of our time was spent like getting the rental ready and then like figuring out where we were gonna live here and all the logistics of getting here and everything. And trying to be like really organized with it, which I feel like we were, but we can get to that later. March, we also did a little road trip.
Where did we go in March?
We went to Arches.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Canyonlands.
Yeah.
And that Mars Light place.
Yeah, there's a really cool lookout, kind of. A lot of photographers have photos there, and I wanted those photos. And I kind of got them. Yeah.
So we went to Moab, we did like the Corona Arch hike, we went to Arches National Park, Canyonlands National Park. I wiped out big time thinking I could do a bike trail that I totally couldn't.
That was mountain biking. Huh?
Yeah, it's got a gnarly bruise.
So we did Slick Rock.
We meaning
Not
Megan
we
Road.
meaning we both started the Slick Rock Trail.
30 seconds in, I wiped out. But I decided to keep going. And then another probably 20 minutes in, I realized I was walking my bike for like most of the stuff. And I was like, I'm not even like a third through the whole trail yet. So I said, sorry, never mind, not gonna do this. And I was still also in like pain and a little bit of shock from my fall.
Classic, little bit of overconfidence,
Yeah.
little bit of
Megan.
underskilled.
Skilled.
Yeah. We also drove my Xterra like off-road on this road that would, like went up a canyon, and it was like on a cliffside. That was really cool. I tried to kind of rock crawl over this section, didn't make it, still have regrets. I probably could have made it.
And that trip took us to the end of March.
Yeah. And then the beginning of April, we got vaccinated.
Yes, we got our first dose of the COVID vaccine. The vaccine had been out for a couple of months, but it went to healthcare workers and like elderly people first. Then it was our chance to get it. And I will like never forget getting that dose. We were in this like old building that wasn't really used anymore. And there was like army there, and it was like so structured. I almost felt like I was in like Divergent, like this post-apocalyptic world.
It definitely felt like a pandemic, for
Yeah.
sure. And one of the reasons we got vaccinated was so that we could go to Hawaii.
Go to good old Oahu.
So we went to Hawaii, visited my brother. He still lives there.
I think we were there a week.
Hung out, adventured,
Swam with the dolphins.
swam with dolphins,
Sea turtles.
went on a bunch of hikes.
Did hikes, yeah. Hung out at the beach. Waterfalls, all of the Hawaii stuff. Pillboxes, sunsets, sunrises.
I was pretty proud of this. Like there was this arch that I really wanted to get a drone shot flying through this arch, and I got the shot like at sunrise, and it looks really cool.
May was all about moving, packing, prepping, getting the truck. They found renters like a month or so before we left. That worked out. I did get a stress rash
Oh yeah.
at some point in this month from that.
Also in May, I sold the Xterra. That was sad.
It's very sad.
By Terry. And then at the end of May, May 29th, picked up the U-Haul and started the move. And can I just say, that was like one of the worst moves.
The drive.
The drive was terrible. Well, that's the whole move. The drive is moving
in, moving out.
Okay.
Packing up the truck, super easy. We had a ton of help from friends and family. It was very nice.
And the drive was terrible. So it takes about 24 hours to drive from Utah to Chicago. And I was already kind of a little wary of that drive. Starting off at the very beginning of the drive, like 1 hour in, we're driving up the canyon in Salt Lake, and I get sideswiped in this U-Haul. Like,
It's not funny.
It's not funny. But this person just wasn't paying attention. They changed lanes while I was changing lanes. They sideswiped me, broke the mirror on the side of the U-Haul, and so I pulled over. They just kept going. We ended up just stopping at a Walmart. I bought a new little mirror and taped it on to the bottom of the thing and just drove the rest of the way. And then we hit a crazy storm in the middle of absolutely nowhere that was some of the biggest hail I've ever driven through. Okay, Wyoming is the middle of nowhere.
I know.
So the roads were flooded. It was raining, it was hailing, semi-trucks were driving by at like 100 miles an hour, and I was just terrified because I was already on edge because of the side swipe, and it was
horrendous, honestly.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And we counted how many U-Hauls we saw on the whole trip. I don't remember the number, but it was over, or not just U-Hauls, like moving trucks.
Yeah.
It was over 100 that weekend. I mean, it was, beginning of summer, and it was also a long weekend. It was a holiday weekend, and so it was like a really good weekend to move, is what our thought was, and that was apparently everyone else's thought as well, because there were so many moving trucks.
Yeah, so that was all crazy, but we made it, unpacked, and moved in the beginning of June. We basically sold all of our furniture, so we just brought stuff and no furniture, and so we lived in this apartment with pretty much nothing
Except the mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my family helped us unpack when we got here, and then like the first weekend, we went and just like got pizza, obviously.
So we just spent most of June just starting to explore and get to know the area. We bought a lot of furniture. I built a lot of furniture.
Yeah, we built a lot of furniture, and we had a lot of like creative ways to get furniture going on for like June and the rest of the summer.
I just remembered what also happened. This was like the first week of June, and I dislocated my finger again. I mean, this has happened multiple times in the last 10 years. Well, it turns out that a friend of mine lives in our building. He's going to medical school. So I called him. It's like 8 p.m. All of the urgent care, Instacare places had closed right at 8. I called him, texted him to see if he could like reset my finger, but he was gone. We ended up having to drive to an ER where the wait was like 8 hours. And so it's like 9, 10 p.m. We're taking Ubers to who knows where to try to find an ER. It was just a whole mess. All thanks to my dislocated finger.
But we did get it fixed.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, there was a lot of walking around, exploring Chicago, enjoying the warmth, seeing the lake, doing fun summer stuff.
Yeah. It was a good time to like start off summer in Chicago, I think.
Yeah.
Then July, pretty much the only thing I remember from July is like fireworks and almost killing our plant from IKEA. We got a plant from IKEA and left it in the car. It was just a mess. Anyway, but it lived and it's still alive and thriving.
We're proud of them.
Yeah. We also saw the Obama portraits.
Yes.
That was cool.
That was very cool.
Desmond learned how to say Michelle and Obama. He could recognize the two of them from their portraits.
Super cute.
Yeah, that was fun.
And we also enjoyed seeing Lollapalooza going on all around us. We got a couple really cheap versions of the concerts from behind a fence really far away.
Yeah.
Or from our rooftop.
August, I started doing Google reviews, and so I reviewed this Hawaiian food place down the street. I have a very popular Google review.
Bronson got a bike.
Which was crazy because there was a bike shortage. That did happen this year. There was a bike shortage because of COVID and supply chains and all this different stuff. And so I was trying to get a bike in like
It took months.
March, and I had to pre-order on all these lists to deliver like 4 months later. And it finally came in August.
Yeah. But that meant we could go bike our hearts out on the Lake Shore Trail. So we did a lot of that, like a lot, which I love. It's one of my favorite things from the summer.
And then the end of August was our trip to Michigan.
Yes.
Yeah.
With my family, little reunion of sorts with all my siblings and parents. We went to Upper Peninsula, Michigan. We saw Pictured Rocks, hung out in a cabin, went to the beach. It was really fun. Also in August, we went and saw the Air and Water show.
Yeah, and it was really just Blue Angels like flyover
Yeah.
for like 20 minutes. It was
in
still pretty
between
cool.
the buildings.
but-
It was so cool. Are you kidding?
Well,
I was so impressed. I also went to Caltrina's bridal shower. That was very much an event and fun. And then as part of our family reunion in Michigan, like everyone from my family was in town, so there was like a really fun day that I did with Anna and her kids, just like downtown with the kiddos.
September, I went to my first Cubs game. Go Cubs.
So proud.
Thanks. I even bought a Cubs hat, so you can consider me a real Cubser. Cubby? Cub fan? Cub fan.
Cubs fan.
Cubs fan.
Yeah.
Cubs fan.
We also went to North Coast Music Festival for one day. Yeah.
We went to the very front for the San Holo concert, and so we were like front row
For all the good stuff.
for all the good stuff. Yeah. After the festival, everybody got stuck outside the festival without a ride because they like messed up their busing. There were thousands of people all trying to get an Uber and a Lyft at like 1 a.m. out in the middle of like nowhere, a suburb. And we ended up getting a ride with these random dudes because I was like, let's just ask someone if anybody's driving towards Chicago and we'll just see how far we can get. Because no one could get an Uber.
We had a visitor, Heidi, my friend, came to visit for a weekend, and that was super fun to just go do a bunch of Chicago stuff with her.
And then, also in September, we went to New York.
Oh yeah!
For our anniversary in September, we went to New York City and stayed for just a long weekend. And yeah, just explored the city, did all the sights, regular touristy stuff.
Yeah, mainly stayed in Manhattan, did like a couple hours in Brooklyn, mainly just because we went across the bridge, which was amazing.
It's very cool.
But yeah, we like went to the top of one of the buildings, and
Rode the ferry, saw the Statue of Liberty.
rode bikes around Central Park.
Central Park, yeah.
Yeah.
Had pizza,
Yes.
New York style pizza.
Very
It was
good.
good, yeah. That was just a fun trip.
Yeah.
And a very different city than Chicago, for sure.
But it was interesting to travel from like one big city to another.
Yeah. To come home to Chicago, I think was really cool from New York.
Okay, October. We started off the month with Katrina and Tony's wedding.
Yeah, very cool cultural wedding. Not a culture that I've ever experienced, so it was a lot of fun. Dancing, they throw a lot of money around, like that was interesting.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a fun wedding.
Later in October, I went to LA solo, said peace out, and went to just like go hang out and meet in person some of the people that I'd been working with since I started. And my coworker friend from Seattle also came, and we like did everything together while we were there. It was just a really fun trip. California, man.
I just sat around here and didn't really do anything. And then November, we kind of spontaneously, at the beginning of November, went to the Eliza Schlesinger. How do you say her name? Anyway, we went to that Eliza show. It was hilarious.
So good. We've been dealing with this battle with SeatGeek for
almost 2 years now.
We were trying to get refunds from like COVID things.
And the show got postponed like 5 times, and I just was trying to get a refund. They didn't ever give us a refund. And so she was coming to Chicago. It was like a day or two in advance.
And
we
were
just
like,
saw it, and
we just have to go.
bought tickets
and I'm
and
so
went.
glad we did.
Yeah, that was a lot
That
of
was
fun.
so fun.
It was very
It was
funny.
lovely.
And then Anna and JP came.
Yes.
Yeah,
was
we had
so
some friends come visit. We just hung out, saw the
Showed off
sights.
the city. I discovered one of my favorite restaurants in Chicago while they were here. Beatnik.
Oh yeah,
So fun.
this is really cool.
Yeah.
And then like a week after that, we went back to the Chicago Theater for Will Smith's book tour. That was very cool. Like, I'm a big fan of Will Smith and his music and his movies and just all of the stuff he's done. And I was like, you know, he doesn't perform anymore, so like there's not going to be an opportunity really to see him like in concert or at a premiere. So I bought tickets to his book tour. He had a stop in Chicago, one of like 5 places, and we went, and it was awesome.
It was a fun night.
Yeah,
Fun
it was
night of
very fun.
entertainment.
Yeah, he's just a very entertaining guy. So
We went to the Christmas tree lighting at Millennium Park, and then it was
lighting.
Thanksgiving, and we stayed here. A bunch of my mom's side of the family came here, so we were like with all of them like Thanksgiving Day and the day after. And then Connor was in town too, so we got to spend some extra time with him, which was really fun. This is when like a lot of family time started,
Yeah.
and then like continued through the rest of the year. That was November.
Yeah, pretty average. Started getting a little colder.
Towards the
The
end.
weather.
Yeah, it was like a
And then-
weirdly warm like October, beginning of November, and then it started colder. Which brings us to December.
Yeah, beginning of December, we went to another Santa Holo concert. This one was just his Baby You Okay tour, and so
Yeah, that was
got
fun.
tickets for that. And
Also in December, we did a lot of the just like Christmas things.
we went around the city and saw a bunch of the Christmas trees in like
Yeah.
hotel lobbies. It was
Yeah.
really fun. I mean, the rest of December is just kind of like some Christmas shopping.
Yeah, decorating our house, getting a tree.
Oh, I also flew to Utah for our company Christmas party. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
First time I've seen like any of my coworkers in a year and a half, so that was pretty cool.
And then it was Christmas.
It was Christmas.
And Connor was here again. We both had time off work, which was really nice. I had a week, you had a little over a week. So yeah, lots of just hanging out, being with family.
Yeah,
Christmas morning was fun.
pretty mellow Christmas, I think. It was fun though.
Yeah.
And then I guess the year kind of ended, and then the new year started with our New Year's Eve. We had some friends over, we played games, and then went to go see. So they had this really big fireworks show in the middle of the city, like on the river. I had all these plans of videos I was going to shoot, and we ended up missing most of it. We were on the subway on the Red Line at midnight, and
When the new year struck.
so the new year struck for us on the subway.
We saw probably like a minute of it.
Yeah. So that was another bit of a letdown.
Bad planning on our part.
Yeah. But it was still a fun night, and that ended our year.
Yeah.
that was 2021.
What a time.
What a time.
Now we're going to do our speed round of questions for the year. All right, here we go. Best purchase.
This camera, Sony A7 IV.
Mine's probably my portable monitor, so that I feel like I can work more places than just my desk at home. Best show watched this year.
Squid Game. I know that's kind of cliche, but like I thought it was a really good show. I really enjoyed it.
And billions of other people did too.
And billions of other people did. Yeah.
Mine is either Pen 15 or Never Have I Ever. Best movie watched this year.
What came out this year?
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Came out at the end of the year.
Spider-Man No Way
No
Home.
Way Home. Yep. Best tech that came out this year.
Probably also this camera, Sony A7 IV.
I can't think of what it is, but there was some iPhone update that I was really happy about, where they had just like some new feature that I was like, yes, I've been waiting for this, and I bet I don't remember what it was. Most used social media platform. TikTok. Instagram close second.
I'd say probably Instagram with maybe YouTube as a close second. And then TikTok's like, I don't know, maybe TikTok's tied for second, I don't know.
Most made meal.
At the end of the year, air fryer nugs.
Well, just nugs in general for you, I feel like.
Yeah, I had a lot of nugs. That's
Or like Asian pre-made. Both.
right. Oh yeah.
For me, I really got into, and I'm still into this like really snacky like lunch meal where it's like some crackers, hummus, veggies, and then maybe some like salami or like turkey or something with it. Favorite place we traveled to? New York City.
Yeah, definitely New York.
Very cool. Iconic. Who we spent the most time with? Each other.
Each other again.
And then my family would be second.
Yeah.
Favorite form of physical activity?
Kickboxing. We joined a kickboxing gym.
Yes, also kickboxing. Second of biking along the lake. Best political quote or moment? Mine is all of the women at the inauguration of President Biden.
I'd say just generally best political moment was the inauguration. It was such a relief that.
Bernie.
Oh yeah, Bernie is
her Bernie
the
meme.
meme. Yeah, Bernie meme, that was funny.
Day where you felt something powerful.
When we first moved here, we went out and got tacos and just ate them in this park. We had just moved, everything was new. We're eating tacos in this park, and there was like a super diverse group of friends that all showed up to this park, and they were just playing hacky sack together. And it was just unlike anything I had seen for basically the last 10 years. I just hadn't seen like that level of diversity and friendship just kind of like randomly hanging out in a park in years. And especially after everything that was 2020, just seeing that, I was like, this is right. Like, this feels right. I actually got a little emotional. Sitting there eating tacos in the park.
Mine is more recent. It was actually on Christmas Eve. We were at a mass service. For some reason, I was really like, I mean, it's the end of the year, it's time of reflection, I guess, and that was part of it, but I just really felt like, partially like the spirit of Christmas, and how like awesome that can be. And I don't know, I was just like having like a moment. I've had a lot of spiritual growth and rethinking this year, and I feel like it all kind of like accumulated into that moment for a minute. New skill learned. I was enrolled in a writing course, UX writing, which was an area I knew I was lacking at work. And so now I would say I have that new skill of being able to write better for UX content.
That's a tough one, because I would say either, like, I spent basically a month and a half, almost 2 months at the beginning of the year, like really studying data structures and algorithms for like passing coding tests, and that was very skills based. But then also, since I've gotten the new camera, I've started actually practicing and doing street photography. And I mean, that's not something I did before, so now it's like a skill I'm picking up. So I don't know, probably between those two.
Best achievement at work. I played a role in creating some structural changes in my team that I was able to help with by speaking up.
I think just generally moving teams and kind of taking ownership of new projects.
Coolest place we found in our state.
Chicago.
South Loop.
South Loop,
Specifically.
yeah. Yeah, just this neighborhood we moved to is awesome.
Yep.
It was a good choice.
Best thing about 2021. Moving.
Yeah, probably moving. Yeah.
Yeah. Lastly, the biggest takeaway from the year. What did I learn most this year?
I learned this year. I mean, I guess for me, you can and should change your life situation if you don't like it.
Oh.
I mean,
Mine is always add an extra 10 minutes to getting somewhere. That's it.
wow, that was 2021.
2021, 2022. Here we are.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right.